Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. It seems like not too long ago, I was just streaming about FTX stopping withdrawals. And I said this whole saga was pulling the market down. Look at what happened within the last hour. Bitcoin is above 20,000. And Binance and SBF has come to agreement. Let's talk about this huge acquisition that may be coming. But there's an asterisk to this. There is an asterisk to it. So let's talk about it. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It seems like I just streamed like an hour ago, 30 minutes ago. But wow. Wow, look at this. This morning, I was really mad. I said I wanted to curse because this whole thing brought down Bitcoin in a big way. It should have never happened, right? And I was speculating this was due to maybe FTX themselves, because the bank run, of course, has been happening for the last few days. This is how bad it got. This is crypto quant right now. This is measuring the Bitcoin reserves. And you could see that it went from 20,000, 21,000, this is 3 days ago, to 220 2 days ago, to right now, according to Crypto Quant, there is 1.13 Bitcoins left on FTX. Imagine when you're down to 1. And this morning, someone tweeted they may even be in the negative. This is what happens when a bank run happens, guys. You don't want to lose faith or the trust of the people, because when they withdraw everything. And that is why this morning FTX stopped processing withdrawals. You know, I was looking at for like an hour, looking at their ERC20 and SLP withdrawals, and there were none, all pending. Okay? And SBF was very quiet for 24 hours. I was looking at his Twitter, FTX's Twitter. FTX was still kind of, showing off their brand new offices. This morning, I showed you guys there was 3 offices they were showing off that they're about to open. You know what? They're about to become Binance offices. Just yesterday, they showed off their office in Tokyo. Brand new office. Brand new headquarters in Bahamas. Brand new Miami office. All of it will be sold off, or they will become official Binance offices. Like, this is what happens. Sometimes you think you're on top of the world, and then all collapses really fast upon you. So SBF, first of all, let's see. I have a few announcements to make. Things have come full circle on FTX. First and last, investors are the same. We have come to agreement on a strategic transaction with Binance for FTX.com. Basically, he is saying there's only one suitor, and that's Binance. No one else is going to touch FTX with a 10-foot pole or a 100-foot pole or a mile pole, because no one else has the resources to be able to do this. Okay, and then he goes on saying our teams are working on clearing the withdrawal backlogs as is. This will clear out liquidity crunches. All assets will be covered 1-to-1. Let's hope. Let's hope. That's not the asterisk, though. This is one of the main reasons we asked Binance to come in. It may take a bit to settle. We apologize for that. It may take a bit because they may not have that 1-to-1. Okay? But customers are protected. A huge thanks to CZ, Binance, and all of our supporters. This is a user-centric development that benefits the entire industry. I would say so, to knock down the BlackRock of crypto. CZ has done and will continue to do an incredible job of building out the global crypto ecosystem and creating a freer economic world. Now he has a lot of brown stains on his nose. He's all out kissing ass at this point. He has to. This is something that Do Kwon wished would happen, right? Binance or someone to come in. Unfortunately, Do Kwon didn't get a savior. SBF is, or is he? to continue. I know there has been rumors in the media of conflict between our two exchanges. However, Binance has shown time and again that they are committed to a more decentralized global economy while working to improve industry relations with regulators. We're in the best of hands. Okay, note that FTX.US is separate. FTX.US and Binance.US, they're two separate entities. So this will only be for FTX.com, which is their main exchange. All this basically saying, thank you, CZ, thank you, Binance, for bailing us out because we're about to collapse. Okay? Basically, that's what he's saying. And he didn't come out and say that basically FTX is being acquired, right? I don't even see any word about buyout or acquiring or anything other than strategic transaction. But here's the thing. Okay? Here's the thing. Right now, it all sounds good. It all sounds good, except there's two words we need to be careful of. CZ responds, this after FTX asked for our help. There's significant liquidity crunch. To protect our users, we signed a non-binding letter of intent, intending to fully acquire FTX.com and help cover liquidity crunch. Basically, that one-to-one, Sam Bankman-Fried was talking about. He may not have that, and Binance may have to give it. We'll be conducting a full due diligence in the coming days. The asterisk is, this is non-binding, okay? So, from here on out, Binance is going to do their due diligence. So, if Binance uncovers that FTX owes, let's say, $10 billion or $5 billion, and they actually don't have any assets, Binance could pull out. They're not stupid. This is a non-binding letter of intent. Okay, meaning that FTX could still be screwed. So during this, we know during discovery, we hear about like Celsius and Alex Mashinsky trying to day trade with users' funds, stuff like that. I've always speculated, I told you guys, I speculated that FTX may have been trading, maybe have counter trading behind the scenes. We know that's how SBF made his money, by using his algorithmic bots and stuff like that to do arbitrage of Bitcoin around the world. So he has the technology. Has he been counter trading everyone? Also, recently, that 1.8 billion short liquidation that happened, like 80% of that was FTX. Was that SBF getting liquidated by $1 billion, right? So this is not done yet. This is not done yet. If this due diligence uncovers some shadiness, SBF is counter trading, FTX owes more than it holds, right? Maybe they're deep 5 billion, 10 billion in the hole. Binance does not have to go through with it, and they could pull out and then the whole thing collapses, right? But I do think CZ recognizes that the market is weak. The market needs a savior right now, which is why I believe he's doing this. There's a lot to cover and take some time. There's a highly dynamic situation. We're assessing the situation in real time. Binance has discretion to pull out from the deal at any time. Non-binding. We expect FTT to be highly volatile in the coming days as things develop. Basically, if you're holding on FTT, it's pointless. Okay? It's pointless. If Binance pulls out, FTT collapses to zero. If Binance doesn't pull out, they'll probably do some kind of conversion saying, hey, if you have FTT, we'll convert it to BNB. Something like that. I'm assuming that's the case. But there's still a chance FTT can collapse. I did notice that it did recover a little bit. This morning it fell to 15 or below 15. And now they're up a little bit to 17-ish. They're still like, still not doing that all that great, right? But the entire market cap pulled above 1 trillion again. So obviously, either the sell pressure stopped, or a lot of people are thinking that Binance is going to save the day and just make all this go away, right? This is the best case scenario when Celsius and Voyager both going under. Everyone was hoping Binance come in, save the day, right? But Binance didn't want to lose that money. They knew how deep in the hole both companies were. And it could be the same to the FTX. So even though I'm cheering for this, I told you guys I don't want to see FTX collapse and create another, 3 Arrows Capital or Luna moment, right? It does seem like Binance is coming to the rescue, but it's not done yet. It's not done yet. Due diligence is coming, and if some shady stuff happens and gets discovered with their books, just like how Alameda had $8 billion worth of FTT tokens, right? If something like that comes out, CZ may pull out. So let's be cautious of that. But in the meantime, it's good to see that we have some pretty good news, right? We got good news. Now let's just speculate. What happens if Binance really acquires FTX? Will they keep it FTX or just take over the users? Probably they will shut down FTX, I'm assuming, right? And if that happens, FTX.US, that name is going to be tarnished. So I don't know what's going to happen to FTX.US. They're probably going to need to sell. No one's going to trust FTX, the name, anymore after it collapses, right? So I don't know what's going to happen to FTX.US. I'd be careful about that too. So I know they're separate entities, but just the name alone, they have to rebrand themselves or something. But right now, people are very, very, very excited about BNB. BNB is pumping 12%. A lot of you guys are BNB holders, so congratulations. But overall, everything has recovered in a big way. Not fully. We were still above 21,000 not too long ago. But claiming 20,000 once again is good. It's good. All right, that's all I have to say. I mean, this is just breaking news. Came out within the last hour, right after I streamed, right? And this morning, it was just bad. 7,000, 8,000 people tuning in, worried about FTX impending collapse. It still could happen, but now we have some hope. We have... So what's going to happen with Voyager? What's going to happen with Voyager? Does that mean Voyager goes to Binance now? Binance never wanted Voyager in the first place. So does that mean they're stuck with Voyager now, right? Hopefully, they're still going to pay out that 70% that SBF promised. And who's left in the space, really, to compete? No one. Celsius, they still have to have their auction. Is Binance going to buy that now? What about BlockFi? BlockFi had a letter of intent with FTX too. Is Binance going to buy BlockFi? And what about everything else? It's wild. It's wild. All right. I'll just do some Q&A. Let's make this one short because I just got done streaming an hour, but let's just do some quick Q&A. All right, I'm scrolling up here. Let's see. Just get hype. He may be kissing ass, but at least you won't burn it to the ground like Do Kwon. I think Do Kwon tried to save it. He tried to find investors, but no one wanted to touch it with a 10-foot pole. And I think it's the same thing with FTX. I think SBF knows there's no one else other than Binance. If he reached out to Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, or the Gemini twins, they're gonna say no, we're not gonna do this. There was only one suitor. But keep in mind, guys, if there's some shady things that's gonna come out of the due diligence, Binance could still pull out. Yeah, what happened? What about? Barrows is saying, what about the FTX arena, right? They made a big splash buying the Miami Dolphins, or not Dolphins, Miami Heat's arena. It's going to be renamed to Binance Arena. That'll be funny because they probably signed like a 5-year deal, 10-year deal. So they probably paid up front already. I don't even know what's going to happen. The capital FTT will be added to one of BNB. Imagine the news in a couple days. That's if they go through with it. I do believe there's going to be some kind of conversion, right? But at this point in time, I feel like it is pointless to buy FTT unless he announces that there will be a conversion of FTT to BNB, right? But even then, it's probably like a equal value trade. It's not going to be like a 1-to-1. It's not like one FTT will be converted to one BNB. There's no way. It'll be like an equal trade. But if Binance doesn't go through with it, FTT is going to crash to zero. Also, you know what didn't age well is this. Caroline, who's the CEO of Alameda Research, right? Just 2 days ago, she tweeted out at CZ, hey, if you're looking to minimize the market impact of your FTT sales, Alameda will happily buy it all from you today at $22. This is a tweet that really did not age well, and she's probably fired at this point, right? See, this is why you don't want to be cocky. I get it. Some of these people may have to put up a face and pretend like nothing's wrong. I get that. Sometimes you got to do some damage control. But then when you know there's serious problems, you should not do stuff like this, right? I don't know. Maybe a tweet like this could be interpreted as spreading false information, right? This is something that the SEC could look at. If Lucas asks, if Binance CZ steps out and FTX go bankrupt, what's your thoughts on BTC bottom? Oh, it's not going to be good. But I think most of the damage probably was done already in the last 2 days. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. I still don't know what would happen. What about Voyager holders? I don't know. I don't know if that means that Binance is going to take over Voyager or that whole thing is going to be canceled. So I actually don't know. I have a feeling I'll be back today. Yeah, this is too big not to cover. I was thinking about, hey, maybe I just wait until tonight or do a recorded video, but this is just too big. Even CNBC, right? Look at all these headlines. CNBC is jumping on. Binance offers to buy FTX non-U.S. operations to fix liquidity crunch. Bitcoin surges 1,300 in a sudden move after Binance FTX reaches deal, right? All over the place. I don't know why they have to put Luna here. Probably wrong picture to put. Dan says people need to be careful here. Binance decides to pull out. FTX has been cooking their books or have bad debt. Markets have collapsed. A lot of people get wrecked. I think that's true. I think that's 100% true. I'm hoping that CZ and Binance does not find any shadiness with FTX books, like what CoinDesk found with Alameda's books. Because if Binance pulls out, it's going to be horrible. Stan 4K, appreciate that. Gas fees says she gave away all her cards. Yeah, that $22. There's something about that $22. I still haven't figured it out yet, but there was something very important about that $22 mark. And ever since FTT dropped below that, it all started collapsing. I don't know what the significance of that $22 is, but something about it. CZ is adult among Arab and boys. Yeah, this is why Binance is as big as it is. I mean, he has proven himself to be a worthy leader, and he's making some great decisions. He didn't rush to try to bail out all these collapsed companies. He didn't try to go buy a stadium, I mean, he's just sitting back. He's like a mastermind. Willem Tur, appreciate it. Really do. Thank you. What else? So, again, I have to stress that this is non-binding, and Binance can pull out at any time. Due diligence in the coming days, okay? So the next few days will be interesting, because if something bad comes out, if CZ all of a sudden says, no, we're not buying them, then you know that they discovered some bad stuff in the books and they're pulling out, right? If FTX is 10 billion in the red or something, Crypto Quant shows they basically have 1 Bitcoin left. So and SBF also said that, hey, we're going to be covering all assets 1-to-1. He may regret saying that, because if Binance doesn't buy them, I don't know if they could cover assets 1-to-1. So I'm thinking he said this thinking that Binance for sure will buy them. But if they don't, this is one of the main reasons we asked Binance to come in. Basically, he's already saying it'll be covered 1-to-1 if Binance buys them. If Binance does not buy them, assets will not be covered 1-to-1. That's exactly how I'm interpreting that. But see, follow that up. This is one of the main reasons we asked Binance to come in. Chris, videography. Thanks, George. Not your keys, not your crypto. That is exactly right. Always be careful. Be careful where you place your trust. Be careful where you have your funds. Tyler says, this won't look good for the Senate when SBF crypto bill comes across the desk. Yeah, most likely they're just going to hurry up and throw away that bill. Basically, this proves that just because you have someone throwing a lot of money around does not mean that you should trust it. SBF trying to make friends in high places, those friends are probably not going to help him on the way down. Dino asks what this means for Voyager. Honestly, I can't say. If Binance decides to acquire them, I guess they're on the hook for Voyager, right? Because FTX already bought Voyager, so that means they're on the hook for them and all the investments that FTX made. I'm assuming, unless there's a clause in there, maybe there's a lawyer that could look at the agreement. Maybe there's an agreement in there that says if FTX gets acquired by someone else, they are not legally required to purchase Voyager anymore. We don't know. I don't know at this point, so maybe there's a lawyer that could look through the fine print, but I'm assuming that Binance will probably be on the hook to take over Voyager, which isn't a bad thing. Maybe Binance decides to pay out 1-to-1. Instead of FTX said they were going to pay out 70.721, 70% anticipated, minus the fees or whatever he said. Maybe Binance will do better. Crypto for everyone. Hey, I'm glad you're here today. Longtime member. Appreciate your support. Tune in whenever you feel like it. Best video editor, Premiere. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you with this. Like I said, I'll keep it nice and short. It happened. The bank run took a toll on FTX. Now, SBF has no choice but to ask for help. And CZ lends a hand. But that hand could be taken away anytime if the due diligence looks bad. So right now, Bitcoin, entire market pumped up. This is fantastic, right? And we will see in the coming days what comes from this. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Take care. Bye-bye.